Hey guys, so going to be installing this today. What I'd like to do is actually go over the pack real quick and to show you what it came with. So there's hoses, there's the filter housing, filter bracket, whatever you call it. Comes with a set of instructions, pretty detailed. That's when it was printed, 2022 April, and some various parts. So I'm going to lay these out and show you guys. Sorry, I got the sniffles today. Allergies kicking my butt. All right. So we have the main disaster prevention kit here with the block. Splits up. This, if you guys don't know how this works, I mean, obviously there's pretty decent instruction. The blue top is going to the output of the upper fuel bowl filter. This is going to the which goes straight obviously to here, and this is the feed line for the CP4 pump chamber. This line is what's going from the filter output, from the filter return filter back to the tank, and this one is what comes from, nope, sorry, other way around. Yeah, I'm right. This is actually the one that goes to the tank, and then this one goes from the return line to the filter. It may be separate. We'll find out. There's also a kit now with the 11 to 16s. I think you just need this one with the, and it comes with a kit for anything above, I think the 17s and up. You need to remove a part on the truck and put this on. You do not need this for the 11-14s or 11-16s. And it comes with a bracket for the filter housing. Again, this big bracket is used with the 17s and up, I think, and just with the 11 to 16, just use a spacer. Here are the two screws, longer screws for the block to go onto the top of the CP4. Two O-rings, big and small. The small O-ring will go right here in this groove right there. The big O-ring will go to this groove right here. They said there's two different types. Obviously the stock is a blue washer with little fins. This is just a regular black washer. They said it shouldn't affect any function of the kit. So it comes with a filter, a Donaldson P550943. I went ahead and bought an extra set when I did the order for this kit. All right, going to be installing it today. Should be fairly quick. I'm going to show what the benefits for this kit, especially on this install, on why a piping kit is beneficial. Oh, real quick. So there's the fittings here for the filter return. I already tightened this and snugged them down. I didn't put any major torque onto them. Just make sure they were snug and they won't back out. There are O-rings that are between this nipple and the housing itself on both sides. Make sure it's a sharp corner where the O-rings go into, so make sure you lubricate those O-rings. What I used this. I didn't use motor oil for it because I didn't want the additives on there to mess up this. So I used fuel injector cleaner, which is pretty much, this is going to be dealing with fuel. So, well, lubrication for fuel system. Use it to lubricate the O-rings, very slight, and then cinch it down so they are not pinched whatsoever. I would blow this one out, but this is a return fuel return area, so a little bit of dirt there wouldn't matter, but definitely blow these lines out. Again, this is not needed. Definitely blow this line out. Pressurized air, clean air through the hoses just to make sure there's no dirt and grime. I'm going to show you how I'm going to set up the CP4, the top of the CP4. I'm going to clean it up before I take off the FCA. All right, guys, so the way it's looking, it's going to be probably a quick install. If you notice, the pump top, the head of the FCA is right here. So all I'm probably going to end up doing is just taking off this lower intake and see if I can access it. I'm not even going to take this filter tube off. I'll just take the mid pipe off and we'll see where we're at. looks like it's gonna be quick. Literally, that sucker's right there. I have space to move to the lines here. I may have to take the cold side pipe off, but we'll see if I can get through there with my little bitty hands. But yeah, doesn't seem like I'm gonna need to take anything off other than that mid pipe, because I can access that right there on top, man. Yep, sometimes the benefits of pipe and kit, that literally took less than a minute unscrewing 2 screws. You'd still be, what, 40 minutes, depending on how good you are in taking up all the intake plenum, if you still had the stock stuff. All right, continuing on. I'm gonna clean this area out, brush it real good, compressed air, to make sure I get all the dirt and grime off this before I pop that FCA off. All right, so what I'm going to be doing, I'm trying to mount the camera from the turbo side facing here, so you guys can see me work. I'm going to go and unhook this real quick. And then we'll go through the process of cleaning out the, so I unhooked the connection. Looks good. I hate that when they do this, they twist this thing around, man. Alright, anyway, move that down there. Alright, hyperlapse. I'm just going to be cleaning the area around this improp or FCA. So what I'm going to do now is actually blow out the block that this the actual block, and just run some air through it real quick just to make sure. There's nothing there. Seal it back up. Now that I blew all that stuff out, I'm going to set up the O-rings. Get this set up before I take it off the truck. That way I can quickly replace it back onto the truck. I'm actually lubing the O-rings with LX4 right now. Make sure they're good to go. I don't want this to get pinched in any shape or form. Let's get it in there and make sure it's on there tight. Alright. Get the small O-ring, rub a little bit of a lube on it. Put it around there. All right, so I'm going to make sure this is actually set in fairly well. I'm going to grab a piece of plastic to push it into there. Actually, I'll just use my nail. So make sure it's set in right on the groove. It looks like it is. All right, so that's set up. Everything's good to go there. Now we just gotta take the screws, and I'm gonna go take the FCA off and replace it with that. I'm not gonna hyperlapse this so you guys can actually see what exactly I'm doing. Just taking this thing apart. I'm using, oh, that's a Torx. All right, so this is for the bolts that are coming in with the kit. It's an Allen wrench, 14 mm. I'm using a quarter actually, so I'm gonna get the Torx screws for those. All right, so what I got is a T20 right on it. Okay, you guys see, start popping it loose. Oh shit, I'm just using a handheld. So I'm gonna switch over to a ratchet. Here we go. Now I just had a bit instead of an actual, there we go, it's coming loose. Instead of an actual long shanked bit. All right, it's come loose. Back this guy all the way out. Now remember, I cleaned this stuff up. I brushed it first, dry, hit it with some brake clean, and then I did compressed air on it. So make sure your air is clean, especially when you're getting ready to pop this FCA off. You don't want any gunk going into there. All right, sorry, realized the camera was covered with brake clean. All right, so let's try this. I got a quarter extension on a quarter socket with the bit taped to the tip of it. I think I can get it from this angle. Yes, sir. Good stuff. There we go. Got it. Boom. And she's loose, boys. Good stuff. Angle's a little weird, but get that one out. Again, if you had a long bit, T20 long bit, you should be good to go on it. All right. Moment of truth, guys. Let's see if my pump's failing here. That would suck balls. All right, you guys about to see this. So I'm gonna move the angle a little bit closer. We can actually see the pump and the blow one last time. Wiggle this sucker out. Oh shit. Just did that. And boom. That's what you call good maintenance, boys. Oh, we are clean, free and clear. Oh shoot. You'll see that? Clean, clean, clean. Yep, we are clean. Now that I dumped dirt in there, let's see if make this sucker fail. Alright, just lost that screw. Alright. Sorry that was a long drawn out video, but rotate this angle, see if you guys can see this. So here is the FCA out. Washer looks good. A whole bunch of stuff out of there. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the S&S part, wiggle it in, slowly, and we are in. O-rings are in. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this in, okay? But I gotta put the screw onto it first. Make sure I didn't drop anything in there. Watch me rub some dirt. Oh no. Okay. No dirt. Put a long screw on the front side of the front side bolt. There we go. Route this underneath the intake and slide this sucker in. And she's in. Okay. Wiggle a little bit, let it drop into place. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And I think I've hit the gasket. Make sure again. Oh, I'm gonna pull it out, okay. Is it an air bubble? Shit. It looks like an air bubble. Okay. God, I hope that's an air bubble. Oh, sorry. I gotta make sure that that's an air bubble, yeah. Oh, fucking alarms. Yep, air bubble. Is it? Alright. Now I'm gonna go back. Try to drop this in. Why is it pretty hard? Okay. Okay. It's in. And it looks like it's fairly snug. It's not gonna go any lower because of the O-rings. So, oh my gosh, of course. Got the screw drop, got him. Drop this in place. Get that Allen wrench set up. Alright, cool. Alright, be right back. Gotta get the Allen. Back, got the extension. Got a bit that fits the Allen. Drop that sucker in, get it started. All right, so I'm gonna work this side first, at least until I know it's in, which it is. Cool. Then I'm gonna work the other side. Oh, sheesh. There we go. All right, so I'm using the Allen wrench now just to start it. Looks like it's bit a little bit. Issue is the angle. Again, guys, if you have a long Allen wrench, that would probably, or a T-handle Allen, that would probably be the best bet. Having issues getting to this because it's so close to it. Got it started. I'll try to see if I can get it, keep turning with this guy. All right, it's a little stiff. Where is my screwdriver? So what I've done is I've gone bottomed out on the screws, and I did a 1/4 turn on each because I don't have a setup for torque wrench. Again, it seems like it's good in there. All right, so with this hose, since it's right here, I actually got some aluminum wrap that I'm going to be wrapping this fuel line with. Okay, just extra precaution. I know their kit doesn't come with it, but I'm going to do it anyway, since this is one of the hottest area of the engine bay, really, right over the exhaust manifold. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I thought the package came, it didn't, but that's in. I'm going to go ahead and plug the oh my gosh, of course I did that. Cables on the other side of the hose. Can I make it fit? Always something, guys, always something. I'm just gonna put it across and back. Yep, I'm not gonna pinch it. So, all right, make sure before you install this that you move that damn cable back to where it's supposed to go, because I didn't, and now I'm having this kind of issues. As always, it's always something. So I'm just gonna pull it back towards that area. Hopefully it fits. All right. Nope. Tight spot, boys. Tight spot. One thing, it's another. Okay, so anyway, I can probably make this just go over, which I'm cool with. Or around, yeah, around. It's insulated, so I got no issues with that. And it actually straightens out the wires a little bit. Dang it, man. All right. There. My dumbass. I'll try to fix that later. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and route the wires underneath and around the tube. Again, I already blew this thing out. Set the camera down real quick. And route it how it's needed. The aluminum sleeve that I got for the, sorry, my neighbor's dog. The aluminum sleeve I got for the fuel line off the FCA is not here yet. It should be delivered today. Again, I'm just doing this extra precaution. That way it keeps heat off the fuel line. All right, so here we go. Hopefully you can see that. Holding the camera and trying to do this at the same time. It's gonna be rough. There is gonna be fuel seepage, I think. Let's see. Undo that plug. And undo this plug. Take this top one off first. Let me go grab a paper towel. All right, so I got both, I got both clips unhooked up here and down here in this elbow. The way you can tell that the line you're supposed to unhook is the ones with the two sensors in it right here. So I'm gonna go with bottom line first, because might as well shove paper towels down there just to catch. Now it's been sitting for a couple days, so there shouldn't be any major pressure on the any major fuel on the line, so I'm just gonna make sure that it's good. It's pushed out. Slowly pull, and of course there's some. All right, I'm gonna go get more paper towels and clean that up. All right, hopefully that angle's better. I'm not holding it now. I need both hands. All right, so you got to remember that this is the clean side of the fuel coming out. So you got to make sure that there's no dirt. It's gonna come out of that or get stuck in that line. Now, for some reason, mine has that in it. I know what it is. CVV. That used to be on there. It's not in there anymore. Shit. There's dirt in this line, guys. I should have cleaned this out before I pulled it. So make sure you clean it enough where nothing comes right here. Zoom in a little bit. Right there. See that? The little dirt? I'm going to try to clean that out on the inside. So when I pulled it out, there was gunk from the CVV. It used to blow out of here, over here. This whole area of the engine bay is usually pretty dirty. So I'm going to clean this up. Camera just shifted on y'all. Alright, I'm going to hyperlapse this. Alright, so there it is, hooked up to the clean side and bypassed over here to the line that's going to the CP4, and then this line here goes to the top of the FCA. Okay, so it's routed underneath. There is no major contact points, which again, I'm going to wrap this up, and they do come with zip ties in order to attach this properly. Alright, so there, the disaster prevention side is put together. Now we just need to take care of the return filter on this thing. Left the hot side pipe on. Piping kit does have its benefits for this install anyway. So we're back inside. I'm going to go ahead and set up this return filter kit. Sorry about the messy desk. I'm working on a truck during the weekday and I have enough time to clean up after myself. So you will need that. Little isolators here. We'll go through the manual just to make sure I'm doing this properly. Pretty sure it's 10 mil. Oh my gosh. Nope, it's actually a 12 mil. Okay, 12 millimeter. So you install these on here. These are pretty nice soft rubber, so definitely keep you from that vibration. Not sure how tight that goes, but this goes on top like that. Your 12 mil nuts. We stuck it down. So this actually Seems like it's got some movement, which is good. Right there, not sure if you can see it, but it wobbles. Cool. For the 17 up, you're gonna need this little spacer. For the 11 to 16, all you're doing is replacing your ground wire with this this nut right here. Boom, and you're installed. Okay, I'm gonna put it on the truck. So on the return side of things, this one I've already unhooked the clip, and damn, my camera's foggy. Unhooked the clip so I can unplug that. Let's go ahead and pull it real quick. What I'm gonna do is actually put some paper towels down because I could have some fuel coming out. Oops, unhooked. What the hell? There we go. I think I had it too far up. Oh, shit. There we go. All right, just finagled that lock clip. Make sure it's good. Okay, now you take this and you turn it 180, or 360, or yeah, 180, and twist it pointing upwards. There we go. All right, plug this in. What you're plugging in is this hose with the 2 female ends. Blue obviously goes down here. Yeah, blue goes down there. Okay, then go underneath all this wire or sensors. I lied. It's black end. I think. Where is it? Yep, black end. And then the other side is what goes into the inside of the filter. Alright, so now this is the return line that the female end goes into. I don't know how what side they want this on. Let's see, maybe I'll just bring it back around to the other side. Pull this back out, kick it around this side of the filter of the line. Alright, plug this sucker back in. There we go, that's in. Plug the female side in here. Hold up. Is this correct? Yep, it is. Just didn't have the clip up high enough. Shift it in there. There we go. It's locked in. Boom. Lock back in place. Okay. It's not going anywhere. And this should rotate the other way. This is what comes out of the outline. I'm sure it's going to be here on the other side. I got it. This goes around here. And then over right there. Boom. Okay. So we had it right the first time around. Okay. Now I'm going to install the filter. That video may have been upside down for you all. I'm not sure. Perfect. Tighten that down a nudge. Now, the original screw was on here fairly tight, so I'm just using a screwdriver. It's the filter. Pop it open. Install this guy. See how easy they say this is. You're supposed to be able to just turn it through here. Oh, still got the cap on. Forgot about that. It's kind of important, huh? The cap off. That's covering the threads. Spin. Oh, shit, spin on filter. Alright, so it looks like this thing's hitting a little bit. I'm going to cant it a little bit out. It's hitting that line to the fuel filter. I'm pretty sure you're going to have to try to make it in the middle of everything. So it's hand tighted. Hand tight. All right, return side up here. Popped in, locked, and then the other side, which is over here, popped in and locked. Boom. This is not in the middle, so I'm going to can it some more between the line and the brake fluid reservoir, and then lock it in place. Okay, that's on there tight. So that much space I have right there, and this fuel line right here, right there. So you're gonna have to make it cockeyed a little bit. Well, for my setup anyway. Everybody's truck's gonna be off a little bit, but yeah, got that set up. Now I'm gonna go back and zip tie all this stuff with the zip ties that they provided, and then I am gonna heat shield this line coming out of the pump. So what I'm gonna do first is start up the truck and prime it. Not start, just prime the truck to see if there's any leaks. All right, going to start the priming. First step, make sure no leaks. Heat air everywhere. looking like we're clear here, guys. Well, that's doing. I'm going to do this a couple more times. So that was 2 so far. All right. So I've primed it 6 times so far. I'm going to keep doing it though. While that's happening, I'm going to install the zip ties on the truck. So they're saying they need one up here by the oil filler to hook on this. So I'm gonna get that done. I'm gonna load all 3 and then show you where I stuck them. All right, I've done it so far 12 times, but for the priming. But this is the piece that I got. I just got a cheap one off Amazon. I think it cost me like $14. But I'm gonna wrap this with that hose and cut it as needed. But I just want a little bit of protection to make sure that hose coming off the FCA from the fuel filter, upper fuel filter to FCA is actually shielded a little bit. All right, so here's the finished product. Went all the way up here, put one of the zip tie clamps right here to keep this from rubbing on, but the clamps are there to keep the line from chafing. So now that I have this heat shield on it, all the way down here, that's the heat shield, all the way down to the pump. I don't think it's going to chafe, so I put one of the zip lines right there, wrap around the big line, aluminum lines. I'm not too worried about it. It's not in there on there tight. So far I've primed about 15 times. I'm not hearing any air bubbles anymore. You could tell. So yeah, main thing was just to protect that rubber hose, which is good. There's no significant area that it's rubbing pretty bad. I think we're good, guys. For me, that's not, I don't know if it's necessary, but for me it just gives me a peace of mind that that line's shielded from some sort of heat. Okay, so there's that. What I ended up was buying a 1/2 inch inner diameter heat shield with a Velcro, and that's all it is. It was actually came in with 3 feet, so I cut it as needed with a box cutter, cut it straight, and got it to fit. But so far, primed it 15 times. Doesn't look like there's any leaks anywhere. That line looks wet because it got drained on earlier, and there's no fuel. Oh, wait, there may be fuel pulling at the bottom of it. Shit. All right, so that's wet. Let me wipe it off and prime it a couple more times to see if it actually leaks. All right, so 3rd priming after the check. Fingers dry, so we are good to go. That was just residue from when I took it apart, so we're good. No leaks anywhere. Put the intake back on and we'll do a startup, see what's up.